Hey, what's up everybody? This is All Out Monty here, and I have to make a video that I really don't want to even make, but I have to defend myself against unfair accusations and completely false and basically libelous accusations that are being made against me. And I also just want to set the record straight about my involvement with the Fallout Ashfall mod project. And so let me just start from the beginning here. Basically, I found out about this Fallout Ashfall mod while just browsing the internet one day like I usually do, looking for Fallout content, new Fallout stuff. I'm always keeping my ear to the streets to find interesting new Fallout projects that I can help, either in a direct way by being a developer or writing, or in a promotional aspect. And sometime, I think last summer, I can find the exact day, I think around July, I joined the Ashfall team, and I was made a writer on the Ashfall team, and I worked under a guy named Crimson Gray, who was the lead writer at the time. And Crimson was a very nice guy, very talented writer, and he already, by the time I joined the team, he had a design document with hundreds of pages of character information, backstories, stats, quests, main quests, side quests. Pretty much the whole game in a nutshell was in his document, and Crimson had worked very hard on that. And so I started working with him, and I enjoyed working with him, and we were doing very well. We produced a lot of great content together, and I especially produced what might be, I think, my best work as far as quest writing goes, which I wrote a whole quest from beginning to end called Missing, or Nalawale in Hawaiian, and it was about this group called the Night Marchers, which is based off of Hawaiian lore, who are a group of raiders that, due to the lack of food in Hawaii, have turned to cannibalism and are feeding off of this town in a stealthy sort of way. And there's a character named McGarrett, a reference from Hawaii 5-0, and he was kind of playing both sides, pretending to protect the town as the sheriff, while also masterminding the eating or feasting on the population itself. And I wrote a very nuanced quest with complex characters, and I was very excited about it, and I wrote a lot of other stuff too. But to get to the point, I basically got to a point where after Crimson left, I had to take a little break myself because I was having some real life issues. I had some health issues that I had to attend to, and that's the most important thing in your life is health. So after producing a lot of content for Ashfall and also working hard on the promotional end to post about Ashfall and develop relationships, network with people to get them to promote Ashfall, and I even talked to Chris Avallone about it, one of the lead developers on Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 2, and he was interested in it, and we were going to do something with him at one point, which would have been absolutely enormous for the mod. I don't think anything would benefit a mod more than having Chris Avallone co-sign it. But for some reason, Ashfall dude, who is the lead designer, I think he's recently left the project, I'm not entirely sure, but when I was there, he was the lead designer, and he is a nice guy. Don't get me wrong, I never had anything personally against him. This rumor that's been spread that he's a trans woman and I left the mod and attacked the mod and him or her because they're a trans woman, that's totally false. First off, I had a pretty decent relationship with Ashfall dude most of the time. Like I said, he was a nice guy, and that's it, he's a guy. As far as I know, he's not transgender. He never told that to me. I had no idea about that. I'm pretty sure it's not true. Ashfall dude can correct me if he wants to on that. But I have no problem with transgender people. I'm part of the LGBT community myself. I'm bisexual. So I would never attack anyone for their gender identity. So I'm very offended by someone spreading that misinformation that my exit from the mod had anything to do with that. It had nothing to do with that. I was treated poorly, yes. I was treated very unfairly, yes. But it had nothing really to do with politics. It had everything to do with Ashfall dude being in way over his head in regards to running the mod. And that was evident from the beginning. He was not good at directing people on what to do. He was unclear with his directions. And he basically had no idea what he was doing. And it's very sad because the mod had a very great idea, but I'll give an example. The mod had a great concept, but I'll give an example of his leadership. It's like the one thing he wanted to focus on is whether or not there will be, I think it was coconuts in the mod. Like, should we have coconuts, yes or no? It's like there's a lot of important things to think about when you're developing a game or a mod. Whether we have coconuts in the mod is not something that the lead designer should spend a significant amount of his time worrying about. But those are the type of things that Ashfall dude would worry about. These real little things that someone else should be worrying about, not the lead designer. And, I guess he tried his best, but he was in over his head. He never should have been leading a mod of that size. And as a result, the team was very fractured, and there were little cliques within the mod. Some people would only talk to some other developers in the mod. Like, I was left out of numerous discussions. I don't know why. I never spoke about politics. That wasn't why. But, I have been involved in the Fallout community and the gaming community for a lot of years, since like 2014. And I've worked with all sorts of people in the Fallout community. I've worked most notably with Mr. Matty Plays, who is one of the biggest YouTubers in the history of Fallout YouTubing. He has 500,000 subscribers, and I was co-hosting his podcast numerous times. I created a website, a forum website, sugarbomb.com, which is no longer in existence. That's a whole other story. Create a separate video about. But, I've worked with people like Maddie for years, and I've worked with professionals like Chris Avalone and Cal from the Fallout 4 development team, and Brian Delaney, the male protagonist from Fallout 4, and all these professionals I've been working with, and other mods. I helped work on, I was lead writer for Fallout Realm of Dusk for Fallout 4. I had a very good team with that mod, very professional. We got things done. Sadly, real life got in the way with that. I worked a little bit on New California. So I'm used to working with professionals, and the sad truth is that Ashfall dude is the furthest thing from a professional. The way he treated me was how middle schoolers treat someone who they're picking on because they look weird or something like that. And with me, I think they were honestly probably a little intimidated by me because I knew what I was doing. I had all this experience. Like someone said, they said I was the best writer. People know who I am. So I think that intimidated Ashfall dude a little bit because he, as far as I know, has never really worked on anything before. Doesn't really have a presence in the community. No social media that I know of. So he's not really a known figure, but I'm telling you who this guy is. And this guy, he should not be running any mod. He should not be making a mod about changing the color of someone's hair, an NPC's hair in the game from blonde to brunette. Like, he just doesn't know how to lead a team or have any clue what he's doing. So I wish him good luck in whatever he does in his life, but he does not have a future in game development or leading a team in general. That I can assure you. So basically, I was forced out by him because of a medical issue, and I'm going to read you some of these messages. I have the receipts here. So this goes all the way back, this little feud or whatever goes all the way back to November, or the end of October, and I got a message from Ashfall dude, and he said, "Hey, All Out, are you there?" And I said, "Hey, I'm sorry, man. I've been all over the place. What's going on?" And he said, first he couldn't talk. I could have talked at that moment, but he wasn't available. And he said he wanted to know if he wanted another writer to handle Papaiku and Keao, which are two locations in Ashfall. or Keau. I think I butchered the pronunciation. I'm not a native Hawaiian, but I was trying while I'm busy. Now, it looks like to me that he was already trying to force me out and delegate some of my work. And I told him I had medical issues a couple weeks previous. And he said he was, and he was understanding of that. But then he's basically trying to delegate my work to someone else. So I told him I wanted to keep working on them. And then he told me that Crimson left. And I said I had a good handle on Crimson's work. I wanted to keep working on it. And I was in the background. I just keep to myself sometimes. And I am always busy. I run a business too and all this stuff. So I didn't send any messages to Ashfall. He didn't say anything to me. He sent one message that I missed in the middle of like 10 other messages, and he said, would you mind talking to me about this group you're writing for this settlement? And I gladly would have talked to him about it. It's just he only sent me one message. It was buried among other messages. I didn't see it. I was just getting back from having health issues. And instead of tagging me again or trying to call me, he just says, I'm here to inform you that for the time being, we are removing you from the Fallout Ashfall development team. Simply put, your inconsistent activity and lack of communication with the rest of the team has led to me and the other leads, whoever they are, deciding that it would be for the best if you were no longer on the project for now. If you have any questions or would like to join the project at some point in the future, feel free to message me. So I did message him, and I said, I've had health issues, and my trailer not being used hurt my enthusiasm, which I worked hard on a gameplay trailer for Ashfall because I felt like we didn't have enough marketing going on. There wasn't enough promotion. Most of the discourse about the mod was honestly negative. So I'm like, why don't we change the narrative, put out a trailer, get a lot of attention. That way we can, I'll share it with my network, with Chris, Avalon, Maddie, and then that way we can get a lot more attention for the mod. We can bring new people in, expand our team, and really be serious about this and really get it done. And he's like, no, and then first he said yes, and then afterwards he changed his mind. I guess Cell Block Psycho or someone said, oh, well, it's not the best time to do a trailer or something, which was stupid, because every step of the way, Ashfall dude made these stupid, boneheaded decisions, like not putting out this trailer that would have had thousands of views and gotten us all sorts of attention and positive stuff from that. He wouldn't do a deal with the independent Fallout wiki, which I told him to do, would have got the mod even more attention and promotion. It's just he just made stupid, boneheaded decisions the whole time because he had no idea what he was doing. But back to what I was saying, I also got removed from the Discord at this moment, and I said, it's unnecessary to remove me from the Discord. It's like, I thought we were on good terms. Like, I didn't do anything. I put a lot of time and effort into this project, and now I'm being treated like I shot Ashfall dude's dog or something, or I did something horrible. I didn't do anything wrong. The only thing I did wrong was I didn't go on Discord for a couple weeks or so because I was having health problems, which I told them about. So, but it turns out, and then we talked a little bit about the trailer and other things that I had talked about before. But I was like, he said, if you want to come back, let me know. So I'm like, yeah, I want to come back. And he's like, all right, let me see what the other leads have to say about it first. So I waited 3 days. I did not get a response for 3 days. Obviously, it doesn't take that long to ask someone else on Discord, hey, should we bring back Monty or no? So I don't know what was said behind the scenes, if anything, but 3 days passed. I sent a question mark, and he's like, some devs have chipped in, others have not. Waiting, and then another week passes. I'm like, I guess it's a no, LOL. And he said, we're still waiting on some people. Please be patient. Like, this is the most important decision of all time. It's like, dude, what is the deal here? It's like, it's not that big of a decision. You're supposed to be the leader of the mod. You're supposed to be the one making the decision anyway. So he makes me wait for like 2 weeks. And then finally, on the 19th, which was my birthday, I'm not sure if he knew that, but it wasn't a nice message to send to me on my birthday. He said, we finally have come to a conclusion. Myself and the other leads have ultimately decided not to bring you back to the Fallout Ashfall project. I wish you good luck at whatever you decide to undertake next. And I'm like, this is such a poor way to treat someone who worked so hard on this mod. First, I got harassed by the one developer who was named Fresh Yo Mama, who's, I don't want to talk too much about him because apparently he's underage. I don't know why he's involved. He's almost like bait. But he trash talked me before I even started the mod and was very nasty to me for some reason. So I don't know why he always had it out for me. But basically, this team has just started attacking me for no reason and making false claims about me, trying to paint me as some sort of bigot, and I'm not. So I hope by putting out this video, I'm clearing the air. And, you know, it's sad. It's very sad to see what happened with this mod, but I did nothing wrong. Ashfall dude shares most of the blame simply because he doesn't really know what he's doing. I don't think he had malintent, but it turns out there is another entity that I had no idea about named Luca Starflower or something. And Luca apparently, according to this video from Shadow Raven Studios, which I had no involvement in, I wasn't contacted about, I didn't know about until now, they said that Luca controls the New Vegas modding scene like a crime boss now. I don't know if that's true or not. I have no idea who Luca is. I've heard of the name, but we've never had any interactions as far as I know, so I don't know why they would be out to get me of all people. But I'll tell you this, Luca, if you're listening, if you did have any involvement in me leaving Fallout Ashfall, I'm the wrong button to push. I'm the wrong person in the Fallout community to mess with, because I know a lot of people in the Fallout community, and I know a real crime boss, you know, when I see one, and I'm not scared of anyone named Luca Starflower in the Fallout New Vegas modding community, so I will not go away. I will not be silenced. And today, I'm also going to announce that I am working on a new Fallout New Vegas mod set in Hawaii. And it'll be its own mod, but I'm going to use some of my work that I made for Ashfall. It's my work, so I'm going to use it. And I'll release more info about that soon. So please keep it posted to this channel. And please keep it posted to my Twitter @Fallout. And I'll be posting more updates about modding and Fallout and many more things to come soon. I have a lot of very exciting things to share soon. So thank you. Hope we cleared the air a little bit about Ashfall. And yeah, that's it. So have a nice day, everyone, and Monty's out.